Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Mohamad Zulfadzlie bin Nasarudin. My matric number is S51223. And I will explain about the terms of vicarious liability. Vicarious liability, sometimes referred to as imputed liability, is a legal concept that assigns liability to an individual who did not actually cause the harm but who has specific superior legal relationship to the person who did cause the harm. Vicarious liability most commonly come into play when an employee has acted in a negligent manner for which the employer will be held responsible. To explore this concept, consider the following vicarious liability definition. What is vicarious liability? Vicarious liability, also known by the Latin term respondent superior, is the holding of a person or entity responsible for damages or harm caused by someone else. Most commonly thought of in employer relationship, it applies in other situations in which a person or entity holds a superior position to an agent. For instance, a hospital is responsible for its doctor's actions. Okay. The concept of vicarious liability is rooted in the fact that the superior party, such as an employer, has induced, facilitated, or otherwise contributed to its agent's act. An example of vicarious liability is when an employer is held liable for the action of one of his employees. Next, vicarious liability in employment. Employer can be held liable for the actions or omissions of the employee's job. In order for the act to be considered in the course of employment, the employer must have authorized or directed the act or be otherwise connected with the act. An employer is not, however, responsible for actions taken by his employer which are not within the scope of his employer. Okay, elements of vicarious liability of employer. First is the agreement the employer entered into as a condition of employment. It required the employer to work under the authority of the employer. For example, Bob hired John as a forklift operator. While mounting a large crate to the customer loading zone, John hits a customer car, damaging it. John was engaged in the duties required by his employment. Therefore, Bob can be held vicarious liability for the damage. Okay, next example cases, which is Patrick Lynch versus Town Cattle Market 2010. I cannot explain this, but I can show it in photo after this.